quickly make a rainbow cake. Let's get started.
That's the board right there. And now we're gonna get started with the cake round. It's a frozen cake round. I'm telling you guys again, it's a frozen cake round. You cut it right in the middle. I don't know why I'm not upgrading to a regular knife. I keep using this paring knife. So you cut it right in the middle. We're making a rainbow cake. So you cut it exactly into halves. You stack it like that. Even if they're not exact halves, that's fine. We can manage anything with buttercream, but just make sure they are not like super different from each other. Then we get this cookie cutter or a circle cutter mold, and we cut a semicircle from the middle. We are making a rainbow, right? So you cut one, cut the second one. You can keep that for later, eat it, snack on it, whatever you want. Okay, you put that aside. Now you take a wide bore tip. Notice not the super wide one, like 2-3 sizes higher than the writing tip. You fill it up with vanilla buttercream. You can choose whatever buttercream, but please guys, please be careful. Do not use a very runny or a very controversial buttercream. Anything that's not stable, please don't use that in this cake. Please keep it simple. Use the chocolate buttercream or vanilla buttercream, something that gives it stability. For the vanilla one, you can also substitute it with a mocha buttercream or a lemon buttercream, but lemon buttercream only that has lemon zest or lemon flavor. I don't think a lemon curd would be very good in this cake because of the stability issues. Okay, then you flatten it out, just decorate it like a regular cake. Let's start with not decorate it, fill it like a regular cake. Then you put the other layer on top. Please be careful that it's nice and symmetrical. Okay, once that's there, oops, the turntable keeps turning. Okay, join the edges, push it down together a little bit. Now we start the outside, just icing this like a regular cake. I prefer icing the sides first because of you'll get to know further down in the video why am I icing the sides first. Please, so you can be a little rough with this cake on the sides because it's going to be covered with other things, but try not to be super rough. At least the cake shouldn't be visible. We take the edges in, don't keep any buttercream overhangs anywhere. Same thing for the inner semicircle as well. You fill it up with buttercream, nice smooth white buttercream. Smoothen it out. Whatever extra is there, you can push it over to the sides. That's no problem at all. It's very difficult to do this later on, so it's better that you, while the cake is laying down flat like this, we ice the difficult sides. Okay, now let's start with the rainbow. So the innermost layer is going to be purple. I'm just squiggling around. These are the buttercreams. Some of them are okay. So for the rainbow, I would highly suggest that all the buttercreams should be of the same consistency. Don't keep some of the buttercreams harder and some of them softer because it's going to make your life difficult. While smoothing it, I'm using some buttercreams that were just lying around because it's a display cake. So these buttercreams are a little harder in texture. The purple one, the blue one, and then the next one is green. So I'm just making the squiggly lines and the thick, like it's basically just to mark down the thickness of the rainbow. There's no particular design I'm trying to go for. just to see how thick each color is going to be. When we are doing the colors, please make sure they like they are equally wide. That's one part of it, but the height of it is also similar. Please don't keep one color flatter than the other, because it's not going to work for the rainbow step. Okay, the red really, like, really gives it a nice pop of color. Okay, now we're gonna flatten everything. So see, do not double flatten it. Like every time you are scraping the top, please clean the spatula. Don't go over it twice with a dirty spatula. Clean it. Yeah, you see, so the orange and the red buttercream is smoother than the green and blue and purple, because I had green and blue and purple lying around, and you can see that there are some marks. It's not as smooth, but that's fine as well. It does the job. You guys, when you guys are making it, please make sure that all the buttercreams are of the same temperature, same texture. I'm just gonna smoothen the sides. I kept the cake in the fridge for around 10 to 15, in the freezer for around 10 to 15 minutes, so that way the buttercream has hardened and I can easily scrape off the red. I'm just diagonally scraping the red in the same direction as the rainbow arch, so that, and then you can just scrape it off. It might give a little angle to the rainbow, but still you cannot have red frosting inside the orange one. It's not gonna look very good. Same thing for the bottom. You just clean up your spatula as well. This is the most important part of the whole thing. You have to keep cleaning your spatulas again and again. I'm just lifting the cake because now I want the cake to be vertical. It's a rainbow, so it's gonna be vertical. So I'm just separating the cake from the baseboard, from the board, and with gentle hands. Please make sure that the buttercream is hard and the cake is hard as well while doing this step. Okay, don't worry about the fingerprints or the glove prints or hand prints. We can smoothen that out. You put some frosting at the bottom of the cake and make it stand up like that. Perfect. When you're cutting the semicircle in the middle, please don't cut the semicircle really wide, because that will compromise the stability of your cake. Keep a semicircle, but just don't keep it really wide, please. You can get away without cutting the semicircle. You can just keep the rainbow flat and just make the arches with buttercream with the different colors, but it's nicer to see that hollow semicircle cut out in the middle. I'm just smoothening the cake. I'm taking off all the red from the top. The top is going to be covered, but it's just that I wanted to have a cleaner look. Because the buttercream is hard, it's not going to mix. Now let's do the other side. You do the same thing. Start with purple, then blue. It's easier to put on the colors when the cake is standing up like that, but it is easier to flatten the colors when the cake is like laying flat. You will see flattening this is going to be, maybe it is the most difficult part of this cake. If you guys want to just avoid it, you can just keep the cake nice and flat at the bottom. That's no problem. You can easily visualize the thickness of all of the layers. Don't go over like me. I really like the red. It makes the entire cake stand out. It looks nice and beautiful and squiggly. Now you take your offset spatula. Please make sure that it's nice and clean. We don't want the color smudging. You follow the shape of the arch of the rainbow and you smoothen and merge all the colors. Because the arch is having a certain diameter, all the colors follow their own diameters, so they all have to be flattened at the same time, and all of them have to be done together. So I'm doing one side and then I'm cleaning it again. I am figuring out a way to do this that's the easiest. Try from the other side and meet somewhere in the middle. You guys, it totally depends on you. I am also recording it, so I have to show you guys how to do it. There's another technique that we can do this in. We can just freeze the cake, and then we can lay the cake flat and do the top, and then we can make the cake stand again. I don't know, I haven't tried that way, but that way is 100% possible. I don't know if this thing is possible with whipping cream or any other frostings, because the whole point is that the buttercreams have to hold its shape, and it has to keep the whole thing intact. With whipping cream it becomes really difficult. If you guys are able to do it, of course, there's no harm in it. Just flattening the top, taking all the extra off, because we also have to maintain the shape of the cake. Just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. Now we clean the board because the cake was lying flat. It has some buttercream on it. Then we start adding sprinkles to the top. We're just adding rainbow crunchy sprinkles on the top. You can just throw them on for the sides. Don't worry if they get on the rainbow. We can take care of that later. So beautiful and colorful. Now please collect all the sprinkles back in the container so that you can use it later for your next cake. Okay, clean up everything. You can use a tweezer to take out those sprinkles that are on the rainbow. Now for the vanilla buttercream, this one is too soft. Don't use this one. To fix this, either you let it sit in the fridge or you add a little amount of fresh buttercream that has just been sitting and it's not soft. Then I take a wide round open tip, load my piping bag, and now it's time to make some. Can you guess what? Oops, but before that, I don't know why I think that there's not enough space on the side, so I want to move this. I'm trying to move it, but it's pretty unnecessary. It did not help me at all. Now we start with the clouds. You just keep the tip at 1 centimeter distance from the cake, and you just press. Please make sure that the frosting is soft but it still holds shape. We don't want the cloud tip to be firm. We want it to be nice and soft. Clouds are nice and soft and natural. Please make sure that the blobs you guys are making are of varied height, thickness, size, diameter as well, because we need the clouds to be nice and soft and puffy. And please don't make them all in one line. Clouds are not in one line. Make them scattered, different sizes. Yeah, don't forget to cover this side of the rainbow as well. We don't want the border to be seen. Cover all the sides. If you want, you can cover the inside of the semicircle also, a part of it, but because we are going to be viewing the cake from the front, the inside is not visible, and it gives an illusion that the inside is already covered with the clouds. There you go. That's your rainbow cake. See you guys. Now we take it out. Let's see how it looks when we take it out on the front. There you go. See you guys soon. Let me know in the comments what you think. And let me know if you guys have any other ideas.